Okay, well, hopefully you guys remember where you left off.
We just took a
You
note.
murdered an innocent man in cold blood. A poor mason boy that was just kind of, working away under the keep, hacking at stone. Yeah, he rolled in and murdered him and his stone, actually. You did find a ledger, which was very lightly encrypted, which you, I guess, only needed 24 hours for instead of like a day or so, which I was expecting. And yeah, I posted it in law again, the translated version, in
Thanks.
case you don't want to scroll up Campfire for a while. And yeah, you are still down there at that tent, that camp.
I've returned. Swish, swish, swoosh. Flap.
Oh yeah, we're over there at the boat.
Yeah.
Do we assume that we also solved it in the game? Because it took me 3 hours.
I guess working
Oh,
together as a
Well,
group
I
made it a
think-
little bit
yeah.
faster.
Because I solved it in. I don't want not to brag. I mean, I don't want to like sound
Well,
like I'm trying to
okay.
one up you, but I solved it in an hour, and you solved
Well,
it in
I
3.
solved
So
it in 10
together
minutes
we
because
can...
I wrote it.
Well, yeah, you were
We
3
solved
people,
it in an
so
hour.
we are like
Yeah,
5, so sure.
I think
you'd be
together we can solve it
be,
really
like,
fast.
solving it as I'm sure a few minutes pass.
We just look at it and go, "Oh shit, I know this language."
You'd use our combined brain power.
I'm guessing you are currently just poring over the book.
Probably. Fucking hell.
So, guys, want me to talk to him?
Sure.
Any questions we want to ask?
How are you
That
talking
guy?
to him? He's kinda dead.
Yeah, well, I have my means.
Spooky. Do we ask him though?
I think there are a lot of questions to be asked.
Yeah, we have 5.
That's a stupid arbitrary number. What god fucking
It's
decided
right above
that?
4.
Thank you so much. I had no fucking clue.
I really don't like this text.
I mean, anything in particular?
Hmm?
What do
Anything
you
in
mean?
particular like about it that you
What does
don't?
the book say?
It says that they need to kill people.
Fucking tells us.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I'd
Dolarian
say we
stares
found
at
that
her.
much out. Samantha looks at the body, then back at you, then back at the body.
Well, it says that they want to kill us.
Rune's just gonna read it, like the thing, but I'm not gonna read it because I can barely keep the accent right now.
You
So.
in particular?
Hmm? Oh, that was a question. Can Rune just show him? Or, oh, showing him won't work. Fucking, can Rune just read it to him? The right thing.
Yeah.
Out.
He seems to ponder the translation for a while.
What the fuck is reckoning? Do you recognize that at all?
No, not anything I found. I'm a little more interested in an heir being spotted An outplaner. Do they mean you or someone else?
I mean, you guys told us we've been the first outplaner since forever, basically. So they
Yes,
probably mean us.
at least the ones we found.
Yeah.
If there's a way into the Feywild now, there's probably also a way undetected. While we pride ourselves on keeping our eyes on the border, they're not everywhere. They could also be meaning someone from the Shadowfell. In theory. I'm more worried about this black sheep.
Yeah. That's what I was just about to bring up.
Great Hornet.
And the Manipulator.
Fancy code names.
Well, Hornet's somewhat align with what the assassin is wearing. But
Oh shit, you're right.
why would they... Wearing Vil Maybrick garb at this point is more of an open declaration of war. So why? And Simidar just sort of turns away, just pondering for a while.
Can I search the assassin for like insignias or anything that bears any kind of like symbol?
Aside from how the armor actually looks, he's pretty much unadorned with insignia. The armor is sleek, and though you have to be careful around some parts that are very spiky, it seems like the armor itself is made for covert movement despite being quite armored.
Mm-hmm.
And all of it is in a pattern of black and light gold, but sort of a mattish yellow in tone. The same pattern extends to the knives that he bears.
Just for clarification, this is what is referring. This is what the guy that just spoke is referring to by that this sort of matches up with the Great Hornet thing, or did he see something that I didn't?
No, it appears that, well, it appears that he was just sort of shallowly looking over the assassin as he was making that assumption.
I'm too tired to comprehend what that sentence just meant, so never mind. Cool, thanks, mate.
Well, repeat the question.
I don't know. Just for fun. I don't know,
Black
mate.
and yellow, black and yellow.
Just move on. Fucking, I was just confused where the bee thing came from. If there were no symbols, he's like, yeah, it seems like a bee man to me.
Ah, well,
So,
perhaps that is knowledge that someone of the group would have that is native to this land.
I want to ask anyway. I want to ask out loud how this, but like in a more formal way and with the
Telsa,
right
give
accent.
me an intelligence roll, please.
Why this guy thinks the guy's related to the Great
Do
Hornet.
history.
History.
Because hornets aren't striped, usually.
First roll of the day. How's this day gonna be? Pretty average.
I'm not too worried. I saw her bonuses.
Well, history is only 12. So, like, +3, so 12.
Well, there is a house which very distinctly prides himself on livery like this. And your mic is picking up some.
I'm
Loud.
sorry, it's like
Okay, just letting you know. And that would be the Vil Maybrick Great House of the Feywild.
right. They are the right now we're with Curse Betrayal, right?
You're with who?
With which family are we right now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Semadar hasn't actually told you, but so far, all the elves around you have been of Karis Patraer,
Okay.
except for a few nobles that you met at the feast, obviously.
Okay.
Repeat that?
Well, Tato just not say anything
Okay.
right now.
Oh,
Classic Telsa.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not as long as that guy is here.
does that guy answer me then about how he knows that this guy is related to whatever bee?
He seems like he didn't even hear the question. Do you ask him directly?
Yes.
Yeah. What?
How do you know that all this is whatever bee related thing that you said that the guy
Oh.
looked like?
Well, this is the garb that agents of Vil Maybrick usually wear.
That's another house?
Yes,
Or-
one of
okay.
the 5 great houses. Currently holds the root of permanence.
So is there a secret war you neglected to tell us about, or what's up with this?
He looks worried for a moment. There shouldn't be.
Yeah, well,
The
what shouldn't be and what is?
all the great houses pulled together, and we are in the face of, well, war already. Their Maybrick is they're skilled infiltrators. They are the ones responsible for keeping our permanence. If they destabilize from within, it just doesn't make sense.
Could the black sheep in this thing be the one guy that was, what'd you say? The one that was, out of character, what's the name of Delarian's race again?
Kalashtar.
Oh, the Kalashtar who became dark. Or, you know, the big one that was fucking shit up
Well,
outside.
black sheep would be an apt description for Kalashtar. At least the fallen one. He looks at Dularian once. Great Hornet, I don't see the association. It must lie with Maybrick.
Well, so do we want to talk about what questions we're asking then? Get this guy reanimated.
Why not ask him who the black sheep is?
He doesn't have to tell us.
Yeah. My spell doesn't force the person to say the truth, especially if that person has been an enemy of ours in their lifetime.
Damn shame he died. Probably could have got the answers another way.
Oh my god. Here we go. How do you torture a soul?
Do you really want to ask?
How have we tortured anyone yet in this game? It's really weird.
Well, because the usual one that was up for torture, aside from me, is gone. I have no one to hold them down while I do bad things, so.
True.
I mean, Frank's big, you could all.
Frank's dead.
Hang on a sec. Since when?
Is that in character?
Draco looks looks over his shoulder. Right, Frank? Oh.
That's first melody.
I don't think Draco understands what Rune's implying.
Trigger just doesn't understand death. He doesn't have object permanence.
I mean, we can still try and ask some questions and see if he gives us something that we can work with.
Yeah, let's do it.
Go for it, man.
Okay. I am gonna cast Speak with Dead.
As before, you can sense life flowing back into the assassin's body. First, pain spasms through his body. And you almost plunge your hands into the darkness beyond to pull out this long, gleaming strand of blue light. It becomes anchored to the husk. And the world around you grows a little darker, as if the light slowly fades, except for the blue glow of the soul trapped in the body, shining brightly from the corpse's eyes. And the dead answers you, his final death rattle fading slowly into nothing. What do you want?
I love it.
Me, mood. Vulgar stuff.
Who is the Great Hornet?
The Great Hornet. Your Maybrick. Betrayer.
Who's the black sheep?
The Black Sheep. He was here. He killed so many. Enveloped in darkness.
What is the reckoning?
Target leader. Hit. Liliana will die. No magic in the world can save her.
I love it.
You notice a subtle shift beyond the anchored end. The faintest hint of movement in the shadows of a corner. You
Right.
also notice Samida to your right, snapping around, staring into the inky blackness behind him.
Which direction?
Just behind him.
No.
I'm gonna.
Have some weapons ready just in case.
Yeah.
He looks as though his eyes pierce the darkness for a few seconds and
Mine do.
then, worried and not having seen anything, he just turns back around. You guys not hear anything?
I thought I did as well.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Dolarian looks more like he's concentrated on keeping up the spell right now.
Dargo's sad. Makes me sad.
Just let him be sad. Being sad has never killed anyone. Haha,
That
No,
guy.
So,
no,
do
but
you
being
continue?
annoying.
So, anything else we want to ask him?
Well, a lot of things, obviously.
So
Who's
we
the
have.
manipulator?
I think I can only keep it up for 2 more questions.
You get 5 total.
That's a good.
Yeah,
no,
we
we've
already
got
asked 3.
Damn.
Who the manipulator is, and then other identity. I think finding out identities is the most important path.
Yeah. Who's the manipulator? Tells I will ask the corp.
Nobody knows just yet. Soon.
Maybe ask about the air or something. Maybe ask who the primary targets were.
Well, I mean,
Kinda know.
yeah.
Mm.
What you need most, I suppose, is leads.
Yeah, I'm sure. They're like, hey, how do we stop you? Sure, he'll fucking give us an answer.
I
I
mean,
don't know,
there's
maybe
a lot of things mentioned in the mission log.
There is, but I'm illiterate right now, so I'm gonna leave this to slash for you.
oh we cannot
You can
already
discuss
ask.
this out of character. You don't need to.
I wrote down who is the manipulator, who are these people, who's the black sheep, who's the great hornet, who was their target.
Yeah, we got
So
all
maybe we
those.
could
Now
ask-
we need something like what to do next, basically. Like,
We can
where
ask
is the
what the
base of
black
operations or something? I don't know.
Yeah, we can ask where the black site is.
Wait, what's the subject?
So, what do you ask?
Oh, what's the subject? Subject is safely secured at Shadowfell Black Site.
Do you not just want to ask about the Shadowfall Black site?
Yeah, let's just ask where the black site is.
Mm-hmm.
And like specifically in Shadowfell, where is the black site?
I think this is your last question, so
Yeah.
word it carefully.
Hence, I should ask specifically. Can we just ask for directions? Is that like an okay question?
You can ask.
Isn't that what dead people are for?
Direction? I don't fucking know. I don't talk to dead people.
GPS, connect me to the closest dead person.
So, where in the Shadowfell is the black site? Is that the question?
Sure.
Trapped within the changing border. The only way to find it is with a key. Only the Mavericks have the key. At the nest. The darkness shifts again. The campfire that was illuminating the cave behind you flickers out. The light, any light, seems to slowly fade for you, Dularian. Or is the darkness growing? The light from the corpse's eyes flickers and, like a candle, suddenly is sniffed out. You found yourself in a darkness that your eyes cannot pierce.
I'm gonna cast the light cantrip on my mace.
it does nothing.
What do I see?
Give me a second. My tabletop simulator is currently frozen, bleeding off of the walls like some diluvial flood. Sprawling underneath your feet, Delarian, you suddenly feel a vast, oppressing presence. And you know that you're no longer alone.
It's not creepy at all.
The alien tongue echoes off of the cave walls. Each syllable pierces like some ancient proclamation, and each echo rings in your head like 1,000 church bells. You clutch your ears, you close your eyes, and you sink to the floor. And when the ringing finally abates, you open your eyes once again. You smell dirt. You're on the ground, and for a moment after everything stops, you rise up and everything is just spinning, and you feel sick until the vertigo fades. The rest of you, when the corpse was answering Dolarian's last question, you saw the corpse just suddenly crumble to the ground, Dolarian staring into nothing. Dolarian clutches his ears, goes to his knees, and this lightless darkness just suddenly seems to swallow the world around you until an explosion of light. A blinding radiance dispels the darkness. Dolarian lies there on the ground, the radiance engulfing him. Similar to how in the past Dolarian unleashed radiance in the form of the spirit bound to him. It fades, and Dolarian opens his eyes.
What was that?
I'm immediately gonna go check on him.
Are you okay?
Feeling a little bit sick, actually.
What just happened?
I don't know,
This-
that voice sounded... I don't know.
What voice, mate?
He raises an eyebrow. You didn't hear it?
No.
We heard the voice of the fucking,
It's
that guy.
probably
I
nothing
did feel
then.
the darkness.
You just fucking collapsed. I don't think it's nothing.
I don't know, maybe it's the aftermath of that new spell I tried out to heal you earlier. I don't know.
Does he like physically look bad? Can I
No.
tell?
He looks like he's sick to his stomach, but otherwise he
It's still
seems
still
to
a
get
little
up.
still a
Okay.
little bit pale, I guess, because I lost HP from healing you. But yeah, no,
Oh,
no
I can
visible
get-
wounds.
Can you get paler?
Yeah, I can.
Sure
You never knew I could, but now you know I can.
If you get any paler, you'll be fucking invisible. We see through and shit. Fucking hell.
Even the skeletons have a more healthy
You'll just reflect
tint.
100% light and we won't be able to find you.
We should probably get out of here.
Do we need to just try to look around, see if we can find anything? The guy's stuff.
I found a scroll.
Okay,
Is it a good
Hold on.
one?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet.
Then why don't you do that?
I look at the scroll. What kind of what scroll is it, beggar?
Let me go check.
Guys, don't let me forget my dog's outside.
Huh?
In like 10 minutes, I have to go let my dog in, but I'm gonna forget. So someone needs to.
I got
I'll
you, fam.
remind you.
Thanks, man.
Give me a. What's a good number? Give me a 1D100, I guess.
62.
62.
62 or 52?
62.
60.
Oh, I'm on the wrong page.
That's why I said it basically, but because I heard 52 too.
Well, it's definitely a magical scroll. You can sort of feel the energy emanating from it. But without opening the seal, unfurling it, or casting it, it's hard to tell unless it is properly identified.
Hey, Scimitar. You're a magic guy. What scroll is this?
He looks at you confused. It would take a few minutes, and I do not have the tools with me.
Oh. Okay. Should probably get out.
Did we already look through his stuff, or did you just? I'm confused. What this means. There could be other clues here, and I think it's important that we figure out as much as we can if we ain't coming back.
Isn't there also another way where he tried to flee to?
I think it just loops about.
Well, let's go look.
Besides, I don't think you should be going on anyways.
She said,
Mm,
while
so-
Harmony's already strolling.
Giving a point. Harmony's not my friend. Harmony can piss off.
Oof!
She can have if she
Oh.
wishes.
Oof!
Rude.
Rough.
Unfortunately, it's also true.
Ooh!
Anyway, answer Rune's statement, Larry.
Which statement?
Besides, I don't think you in particular should be going on anyways, regardless of what we do.
I mean, you're probably right.
You look like hell and just really terrible. Like, you looked bad before, but you look even worse now. See, tells us not disagreeing with me, so you know it's true.
Damn, boy, you look like shit. The path before you, Harmony. Freaking.
Don't you know? You never split the party. So
Yeah,
put
the
that
path before you. The kind of smooth, just stone tunnel extends really far into the dark and loops around in sort of a soft bend to the left.
Oh.
So you go all the way until the end?
No. I head back.
See if she comes back on her own. Don't even need to touch her again.
Soft bend.
So, could someone please answer my question about whether or not we've searched the camp, please?
Kind of.
We
I
searched
think
the
so,
chest at
because-
least. I don't
I
know
believe
if we
you searched
searched the
chest,
tent.
You grabbed the ledger. I don't think anyone searched the tent.
Okay, we'll do that.
Kind of abruptly last time.
Gotta search tent.
You searched tent?
Yeah, let me
Give
roll. I
me-
forgot to pull up D&D Beyond, so give me 1 second.
Give me investigation.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Draco is upside down.
Was he dead? Who did that? Who killed my
He is-
little baby?
Dolarian, meanwhile, while she rolls, Dolarian asks Draco and points at the fire there. Do you think there's some stuff we can use for cooking?
Thinking of
Are you alright? I can like heal you if that'll help. Cause you don't look too hot.
I'm gonna be fine.
16.
Cause cure
Please,
wounds
can
on
you
you.
heal him? Yeah.
You cast what on me?
Cure wounds.
Okay.
Let me just roll that bad boy.
Sorry.
Oh, it's still there.
You find 2 bottles in that tent.
I don't have a
Of, or just like empty bottles.
Potions of healing.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
shit. Wow.
The bitch basic kind.
Oh, we stan. Fucking hell yeah. Jackpot ass shit. We stan.
You healed 12, Delarian.
Ooh, nice. Thank you.
I'm gonna throw in 2 Delirian. Excuse, I'm not gonna say at because one of you fuckers will take it literally. I toss 1 to Delirian.
By one of you fuckers, do you mean me?
Yes.
Who's gonna make
Yes.
you roll an attack roll?
Yes. I'm not hitting him with a healing potion. That is the
Bam!
opposite of what they are meant for. I'm gonna pop my head and be like, oi, Delirian. And toss him it and hope that bitch, you better catch this. Don't fucking expects too much of you, so catch this potion. It's like a soft toss though, it's not like a fastball.
Eat it.
I'm gonna guess I'm gonna
I'm
catch the
guessing you also
potion.
don't just throw it, you wait until you've made like eye contact before you
Mhm.
lob it.
Think fast.
Like, hey, Dolarian, and Dolarian turns around and yes, and then she tosses the potion.
No, in interest of being in character, I think it would just be, hey, Delarian, and then expecting him to just be able to at least roughly catch it. Like I said, it's a really soft toss, and if these
In that
bottles
case, give me a
like
perception roll.
usual thickness, I don't think they'll break, but he might get pelted, so it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Good spunked on the head. Take 10,
Actually-
10 damage.
What is your passive perception, Delarian?
Perception is a
Mhm.
13.
Okay. Yeah, no, you suddenly do hear a rune just say catch or hey Dolarian, and you see the potion in the air. And well, it's a decent throw. You just kind of open your hands in front of you to sort of just catch it as it might have hit the ground beneath you if you didn't catch it.
I catch it, and may I take it from your zone there, Aspen? The potion of healing.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I don't have one of these anymore, and I don't remember which one it is.
I don't think you used the big one yet.
Okay, well, one of them I have used, and so you wanna fucking steal it out.
I think one of them you used to revive Dolarian or something. I don't remember.
Yes.
I
think
feel
so.
like I would know if you would have used the giant one because I was recently baffled by how much it fucking heals.
Hmm.
That's a lot.
It's not like we have a recording of
I
it.
mean, now that we're talking about that, Dolarian is quite a bit on the ground lately, right?
I thought you were always on the ground.
Mm.
I can fly.
Fucking weakness. Anyway, Have we checked this table over here yet with the papers and the shit?
That was where you found the ledger.
Have we checked these boxes yet? This is very un-Telsa-like. What the fuck is Telsa up to? Or she's not just searching
Probably
everywhere.
worried that she was just
Right.
targeted by an assassination plot.
Also
Yes.
Dolarian, maybe.
And she's very worried about Valerian. And
Well,
she's
then
just
I guess
next to him. And
I have to do Telsa's job. So
Yes.
where the fuck is my?
always it's like, oh, Telsa's
No,
only interested
yeah,
in the
what
treasure.
a
Oh, Telsa
horrible-
steals from someone. That's like,
Point of view every time. Who the fuck changed my name?
Wait, what's your name?
Village left.
Village left in ruin.
Right.
Village left. Who the fuck was that?
Twas I.
Nice.
What is this?
The nefarious plot unveiled.
Gotta fucking go check these crates. Telsa can
Check
take
these
care of her
ones.
friend. Also, I've defended you every time everyone's been like, she's only interested in gold by being like, yeah, so your point. So don't get salty with me.
Hey, I'd like to loot the
Inside.
cooking equipment.
Oh my god, are you
Well, I
serious?
mean, there's a pan on the
Nice.
now extinguished fire,
Is it a pan or like a wok? 'Cause
like
those
an
two
iron
are
cast
different.
pan.
Oh, that's
It is
disappointing.
definitely,
Already got a pan. Useless.
and yeah, I mean, there's sausage inside. You probably have to touch it to see if it was still warm,
No.
but it looks kind of cold.
I
Don't
do not.
touch other people's
And it looks
sausages.
kind of dried out,
Always
to be
touch other
honest. I think it was on the fire for too long.
I'll be honest. I'll leave that. But I'll check about to see if there's any other culinary curiosities.
Why don't you? I'm gonna direct you to. I'm gonna point at you and be like, why don't you go check those barrels over there if you can do it?
See, that would be encompassed under
Culinary.
going about. Tricker stands at the fire and waits for food to arrive.
Just, oh my oh god.
Room
Yeah.
in the boxes that you search. You find a couple of empty, smaller boxes, and as you open one of the
Black.
smaller boxes, it is very clear that each of these has sort of indentation inside for either a weapon, like a dagger, something small.
But no actual weapon. Wait, repeat the whole sentence. Inside them are boxes, and inside the boxes are.
More boxes.
Smaller boxes, and those smaller boxes looked like they
Contain even
might
smaller
have been
boxes.
used to store knives. There's sort of this
Okay.
indentation, like if you bought a nice kitchen knife, there's sort of this.
A foam with cutouts for them to be put in.
Well, not really foam. It would be like a wood
That was
separator that has sort of this indentation inside to hold the blade.
Damn, I was supposed to be
Suspended.
real impressed they invented foam.
Yeah, no, it's not foam. Also, with magic, how difficult do you think foam would be?
Pretty difficult.
I mean, it's plastic. I don't see plastic anywhere else. It's a complex chemical
I
plastic.
shoot the
isn't it?
band-aid.
Well, regardless, there's no foam.
Band-aid?
You shoot the bandit?
I don't know, I was thinking about a rubber band.
Okay, so is that both boxes or just the one? Sorry. I'm being stupid today.
The other box seems to contain a few just pickaxes, some mining equipment that doesn't look like it's been used.
What an odd thing. I'm just gonna look back at Scimitar and hey, you wait, out of character. I know this guy was a stone singer from description.
Scimitar
been-
mentioned as much.
Okay, good.
When you were...
Okay. The stone singers need traditional mining tools.
Stone Singer doesn't really have use for mining tools, but I don't. Maybe his friends did. I
Yeah,
doubt they were all Stone Singers.
But you'd
That's
imagine if one
pretty
was
rare.
making the path. Well, I'd think that if one of them was making a path, the others wouldn't. There's a bunch of mining equipment. Is what I'm trying to. It's weird. I don't know.
Well, the way these people operate, I'm sure must have been for a fallback plan or something. When we ride out to the border of the Shadowfell, we rarely rely on a single guide alone. He sort of just shrugs.
I don't want to interrupt what Harmony's about to find, but I have more things to talk to Scimitar about when she's done, and that whole descriptive thing is done. But I don't want to get off track. So
In the first box, you find lanterns. Looks like oil lanterns.
Ooh.
There is a small barrel in that crate as well, which you assume probably the oil. In one of the other boxes, you find old rations. It looks like cured meats, but well, it looks stale and dry as all hell. But other than that, except for a few more wooden logs in the last box, doesn't seem to be that much equipment here other than just camping supplies.
Oh. There is nothing cool in this one.
define nothing cool.
Lanterns and very old meat.
Does anyone need any of the lanterns? I guess.
I guess there's a barrel of oil too. That could be.
There's a barrel of oil.
I'm assuming it's oil.
How like a? Do you mean a? How big are these boxes, Bugger?
They're as big as they look on the.
Bruh, given so if each square is 5 feet, then assumedly, considering these boxes are almost 5 feet across,
Yep.
big ass box. How big is the barrel?
It's not giant. It's like a small barrel. You know, you could probably hold it in like. You could probably even hold it on one hand. It would just be kind of heavy.
Do we have any? Do we have
Perfect
any
bond.
empty bottles? Because I have a lantern that's run by oil. It'd be cool to harvest it. I know I have one empty potion bottle. Does anyone else have empty bottles? Do we want
Probably.
oil?
I mean, that's the
Got 'em
biggest
out,
Molotov
yourself.
ever. We could use that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
mean-
I miss DIY Molotovs. That
I
was
don't
so
actually
fun.
know how explosive or how quickly lamp oil burns, but
Well, I mean, you just
I mean-
throw it on someone and set them on fire.
yeah.
It doesn't have to
I'm
be an
gonna-
explosion; it just has to burn.
I'm gonna
I mean, it
ask
definitely
people
burns.
if they have empty bottles or
I can offer up a couple of bottles.
anything to get oil, and also suggest that because Ronan still has the lamp from the mining thing, don't I? I think I kept that just as a just in case thing. So, but anyway, I think it's good to get some oil. So I have a small potion bottle full of oil.
Yeah,
Is anyone else offering bottles?
I don't
You
have
can
any
load
empty
up.
bottles, but I still have 2 flasks with stinky black oily liquid.
Good to have.
Forgetting about that.
Ah, yes, classic.
Hey, Alan.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the one updating the notes on the side of the screen?
Yes, I have been doing that, but
We're
I wish I would have written down all the fucking family names of the elves, the 5 ones, and
just about to put that there.
Yeah, that would be
Or
great
actually,
because I would love to read that
I will
somewhere.
upload
Like the 5 families and which kind of seed they are currently holding. That would be nice.
Also, I'm guessing someone who wasn't me took notes on who's who when we asked the dead guy. Please tell me someone did.
Yes, I wrote down.
Can you?
I don't know
I
how to
tried.
spell Jorvin or Jorvik Maybrick, but that's
Oh,
the
I
Great
was
Hornet.
fail.
I'm not gonna look over this. I'm just gonna export it and upload it in law.
Okay, it's just I was still waking up and very illiterate at the moment, so I'm trying to catch up now.
Moment.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna use one of my very few remaining spell slots to make my first own zombie.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. It begins.
Wait. Last question.
Oh shit.
How many
Here we
bottles
go
of oil
again.
did I get?
Let's see. So I mean, it's like a small cask, probably. I would say 5 liters worth. In terms of how much you bottled from that, how many bottles do you have roughly? I would say you could either just take the barrel with you, or I'd say bottle about half of it.
I'll ask the scimitar if he wants the oil for his camp. 'Cause I can't carry it all the time. Where the fuck am I gonna put it?
Don't think that'll be necessary. We have enough oil supplies.
Okay, I'll take what I can then and the rest.
How do I edit those notes? Oh, never mind.
Alright.
I just realized that one of those pictures has incomplete text. I'm gonna upload it anyways because I'm not gonna write law stuff while I'm TMing. Because the first thing just says the 3 roots to represent the most important.
Nice.
I was gonna fill that out. I was also gonna give descriptions to them. I'm gonna upload that when I'm done again.
That's
But
okay.
just so you have
Thank you.
things.
I just need the more immediately what the guy said about the Great Hornet, the Black Sheep, the Manipulator.
Why cannot?
That's fine. Frey, if you could send me what the guy said about this stuff at some point, that'd be really
Yeah, I
great.
wanted to write it into the notes, but it won't let me.
It's okay. It's fine. I'll give you time by bogging down this whole thing by asking a lot of questions to Scimitar.
Samida looks very worried. All of us. I'm kidding.
As you should be.
Yeah.
Samida just randomly jumps into the water and screams, "I'll see you on the other side."
God, give me a second to think of them. My brain just
You
did
can
the
call me
dumb
Becca, but
fuck.
sure.
Just give me 2 seconds. All right. Okay. Yeah, I remember now. Just decide how mad Rune still is. It's pretty pissed last time.
You mad?
Guess Rune's still mad. Rune, will look at the. So is the stone singer elf dead zombie person an elf too, or
Yes.
what kind? Just reads.
Well, I mean, he looks pretty much like the other elves you've met, sort of sleek in stature, just sort of slender, very soft features. And, well, this much is different from at least the Karis Patra elves that you've seen. He has long black hair.
Okay. Expression. And look at Scimitar as I begin speaking. So this Maybrick fucker. What's up with that? Like what?
He shrugs at you. I mean, it's a lot of process. In a way, the Mabricks represent our inner safety, as Karis Petra defends the outer front. So
Wow.
this is worrying, but it's also suspicious. I would think there would be easier ways, simpler ways than a targeted ploy.
They represent safety from each other, from the outside, from...
Enemies within.
That's ironic. Sorry, not trying to make fun of you, but that's a bit ironic.
No, I do see the irony. This cipher that you found, the mission log, it seems almost amateurish. I've only ever read one report from an operative in my time, but it seemed more ordered than that. Especially these designations seemingly chosen at random. I doubt they would call a black site a black site.
Well, not to... actually, yeah, is it possible that, whoever the hell it was, Maybrick, whoever, has been overthrown or overtaken, and now all of them are compromised, and the only people left are at lower levels that have been taken over by something similar? You seem to have a lot of corruption kind of stuff going around.
If you're talking about the Kalashtar, it's a different thing entirely. That kind of
Why?
corruption is on a magical scale that it's difficult to explain to one not familiar with the Arcanum. It's just... this seems so mundane in comparison.
What if this is just a plot to make it look like the Mabricks are behind all of it?
The thought has crossed my mind.
Would the Mabricks have any reason to do this that you could think of, if you did think about it?
None.
Is it
The detractors of the Mabricks would say that they are power hungry. In reality, I would say that they are ambitious. They did start from very little and built a great house. But it seems unlike that they would wager it all on a plot like this.
Did you let your dog in?
No, my mom's messing with... I hear my mom upstairs with the dog, so I think I'm good. Thank you, though. Well,
Did you think that was the dog just sort of
Yeah,
clawing
30 minutes later.
the window?
so was my next question. Well, they have knives that put people into weird time comas. You don't think that there might be something else weird that you haven't encountered going on?
Well, the time comas are our work to stop the poison.
Oh, well,
Poison is... well, it is not unlike the Mabricks to develop these poisons.
listen, all I'm saying is that if it looks like a duck and it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck...
Then it is a cow.
It doesn't seem like it is quacking like a duck, though. It seems like the duck is screaming, "I am a duck." What do you make of that?
I don't know. These weird city plot things are oddly are just very strange and just. Why
Fair.
can't you people just conduct your warfare out in the open? Sit down and talk like adults if you have problems. Fucking hell.
Well,
City people are always about assassins and secret ways to get around shit.
if you're weaker than another, you have a limited amount of possibilities, I would assume.
I think it's more about honor.
Honor is very important.
And the willingness to solve problems. But
Samida leans back a little and just stares at the ceiling, sort of almost as if purposefully, just sort of wistfully.
like God
Perhaps
help me
they'll
not hit this kid, or
too long for honor.
did you just say they live too long for honor?
Perhaps they live too long for honor.
Brute just narrows their eyes at scimitars. Excuse me?
He
How the
kind
fuck
of
do you live
shrugs.
too long for honor?
Age turns many of us into a cynic.
It has
Forgive
nothing.
me my meandering. Then do not pay it any heed.
No. I have people in my, well, before things that happened, there were people in my tribe who lived just as long as some of you did. Hell, there were quite a few elves traveling with us before everything that happened, and there are elves traveling with us now. And let me tell you, none of them lived too long for honor. Maybe it's
He
about.
looks at you kind of sad because it sounds like they just died.
Well, they did just die.
Yeah.
And it's not about being cynical. Hell, I'm fucking cynical of everything, but I still care enough about my values to hold to them. You shouldn't give something up just because the world sucks ass. Your values should be your light.
He looks at you with just the slightest hint of a smile, but he also kind of looks like with a sad smile, like a parent would look at their child that is still full of hope.
Rune does not like this look. It just gives a very angry, huff.
So are we camping in the spooky cave or are we going out?
Do you really want to go back up there so soon?
There's better beds up there.
Do you really want to stay down here?
I mean, I admit I'm not too keen to get back to the square.
I am.
We need some place to get a little bit of rest in at least.
I know that we
Better
should go
bed
back.
means a better
It's
rest.
fine. Just fine. Fuck it. Let's go. And just shifts uncomfortably. The thought of going back.
And Harmony goes the wrong way.
Oh, wait, what about the hallway though? Does it go back out? Very
Well,
long.
I would assume that's how they got in. It probably it's beyond the wall.
Should we check
I'll
it out?
have the captain close it off.
Maybe
We'll have
before
to
he,
remake the wards that were in place.
before it gets closed off, maybe we should check it out. See where it leads. Maybe it leads right to them. That would be pretty handy.
Yes, let's just walk into an ambush full of.
We don't need to walk all the way. Take a little look around the corner.
Well, it might be worth a look, but seems to me that the one we were pursuing is dead. If there are others, they would either be lying in wait or they would have fled.
I don't know if we want to get in a fight with them, especially if they have those kinds of knives down here without...
If anything is lying in wait, we'll have Dalamon take care of it. I'm sure he won't come on down here unguarded. They will probably scour these caves. And it's almost likely that they will close it off entirely. Hopefully without bringing the keep down.
That's what you need, more destruction.
Mm,
How's Delirian doing?
He's doing fine. The healing helped a bit.
How's Draco doing?
He's just looking through barrels, the works.
still looking for Frank.
Just looking for Frank.
Oh my god, stop.
So, by the way, the zombie, can he be part of the Bone Gang, or do we have to rename the whole gang?
To the meat gang.
Who's the Bone Gang?
Honorary Bone Gang member.
And the other one. I mean, he has bones inside
He
of
has
him.
bones, yeah.
Is that enough?
Guess so.
We're all the Bone
He's
Gang.
the bones
Maybe
piloting a
Bone
mech.
Gang?
The friends
Meat.
we made along the way.
Or you could like cut some pieces of his skin out.
Oh.
Bonuses.
Oh, God.
He's already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he won't care.
Yeah.
I mean, if you rip up the flesh of a zombie, does the zombie just become a skeleton?
I mean, not all.
Because they have different attacks.
I would
Don't
say
fucking
when you
skin the
reanimate
lad.
it after it's died, yes. But since the magic is sort of bound to the entire thing, if you rip off all of the flesh, there's so little magic left in the bones that alone it would not become just a skeleton.
By the way, I also would think that if we just cut off the flesh, it would just die from the damage we do to it, and then it would just be a skeleton, and then I had to revive it again.
But then after that,
Yeah.
recreate it as a skeleton.
Yeah. Okay, for
We
now,
literally said
he's
cut
an
off
honorable
the
member of the Bone Gang.
None of us said skin the lad. We literally said like cut off a piece. You're like, well, time to cut off all of it.
Yeah.
Glad we
Yeah.
had this
I
talk.
mean, if we're talking about that, we can talk all the way, right? Okay.
Yeah, let's all go. I'm too lazy to move my token. It's fine. We all understand where we're going.